All right, 90-90 Shinbox, great mobility drill that we can use for particularly targeting hip internal mobility. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start out, I like to do this first with my hands behind me and my butt on the ground. And then from here, I'm gonna rotate my legs over to where now this back leg is at a 90-degree position. You're gonna have the same thing on the front leg, but honestly, we're really targeting this back leg, which is gonna be the internal rotator. So you'll hold that for 10 seconds. As you're doing this, actively press that back knee into the ground. So that way, this isn't just a passive thing, but this is now active, and we're actively getting that internal rotation at our hip. As a progression, you can also do this where you lift your heel off the ground, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do this with just an active press into the ground, but still keeping my foot down. Hold this for 10 seconds, and then you're going to rotate your hips and do the same thing on the other side. Now notice, as I did this hip switch, I'm having that back leg come down first, right? And the reason is, I think that helps us more actively drive into that internal rotation at the hip, versus if I come down with the outside one first, I personally find that it's just a little bit more passive. So I want this to be an active internal rotation exercise. So again, actively press that knee into the ground. Feel this on your inner thigh, especially towards the front of your hip. And this is a great way to create some more internal rotation, or create more mobility for internal rotation at the hip. Hold this for 10 seconds on each side and go back and forth. You can also do this as a quicker version, but for right now, do this where you're just holding for 10 seconds. And then a further progression is doing this with no hands behind you. Okay? But that's how you do the 90-90 Shinbox.